Life is tough these days. It seems like it gets crazier by the minute, and you need a positive interruption from all that craziness. Welcome to the Midday Manna, emanating from Atlanta, Georgia, and broadcasting to the world. Giving you hope and help getting those dreams out of your heart and into your hands. If it's faith, family, and finance, and everything in between, we're talking about it. Let's do this. This is the Midday Manna.
Please welcome
Dr. Charles Jerome Francis.
Hey, happy Wednesday and welcome to Midday Manna. I'm Dr. Charles Jerome Francis II, and I'm so glad you decided to take time out of your busy schedule to be with me this Wednesday at 12 noon. I'm on every Wednesday and Friday at 12 noon, and then on Sundays for something I like to call Grits and Glory at 9 a.m. I'm so glad you decided to join me. Listen, we've been talking before I get started, let me say this. If you want to get more information about our ministry, go to my website. It's charlesjerome.com. charlesjeromeministries.com. I'm just all messed up today. charlesjeromeministries.com. Or you can also hit this subscribe button. It's a bell that should be somewhere down here beneath me talking. Hit that bell so that you don't miss any time that I'm on and that you get the information when I'm bringing it, okay? So let's get quickly into this because I'm only on for about 10 minutes on Wednesdays and Fridays just to give you a little pick me up. And if you want the conclusion of the whole matter, join me on Sunday morning at 9 a.m. and we'll get right to it. Okay, we've been talking a little bit about frustration, depression, oppression, pain, different things of that nature. And I was explaining on Sunday, this will be a continuation. I was explaining on Sunday about how pain, frustration, depression, and oppression, those different things are really an alarm system to let us know that things are something in our life or something on the inside is out of whack. And so a lot of times when we think about pain or we think about all of these different things, we immediately go to a negative space. But the truth of the matter is these things have come to take us out of negative spaces, to give us an alarm or to set off something in us to let us know that we could potentially go to a negative space if something is not handled, okay? And so that's imperative. I think it's about perspective, and many of us, we have a negative perspective. So when anything happens, we immediately see through the wrong glasses, through the wrong eyes, through the wrong filter, or we filter everything through the things that we've been through. And so as a result, everything becomes negative. Everything is looked at as a problem. Everybody is an enemy. Everything is an enemy towards you, but that's not the truth. All things are working together for your good, according to so that you have proper purpose in your life. Romans 8, all things work. All things work for the good of those who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. So if that's the truth, then that means that everything is working for you. The good, the bad, the ugly, all of it is coming together for a greater good in your life. And sometimes in the midst of trouble, sometimes in the midst of what is going on, it doesn't feel that way. It feels bad. But I want you to know that the truth of the matter is it's all working for your good. Catch this. Pain is a professor. Pain is a professor. And when it's done teaching you the lesson, it will leave you. Let me say that again. Pain is a professor. And when it's done teaching you the lesson, it will leave you. One more time. Pain is a professor. And when it's done teaching you, it will leave you. What are you saying, Apostle? I'm saying that pain is something that comes to teach a lesson, comes to give us understanding, comes to organize us, comes to help us to see where things are out of whack. Pain is a professor, and when it's done teaching you, it will leave you. The pain that you feel in a certain area, once again, I keep repeating it so many different ways, but the pain you feel in a certain area is so that you can know that there is something that's out of whack in that area that needs to be fixed or needs to be dealt with. And a lot of times what we do is we focus on the pain rather than focusing on what needs to be dealt with. And I want to encourage you today to take your mind off of just the pain. If you can, in the midst of it, remind yourself and say, you know what? This pain has not come to take me out. It has not come to kill me. It's not going to destroy me, but I need to focus on what's next and what I do not understand or what I have not understood yet so that I can go to my next dimension to be who I need to be. Pain is a professor, and when it's done teaching you, it will leave you. Here's another thing that I want to say to you. Your why is found in your frustration. Your why is found in your frustration. One more time. Your why is found in your frustration. You know what? As a leader, one of the things that has always bothered me would be when people were late to church, would be when people didn't do specifically do their job. I hated dead space in a service. I hated when people would come up with ideas and didn't follow through on them. I hated all of those different things. And it would really, really frustrate me. And then one day my grandma said, that's because you're called to fix it. Francis, you're called to fix it. That's why it frustrates you. Can I say some things to you in your right now? What you're dealing with that frustrates you could be because you're called to fix it. Are you frustrated with your finances? It could be that you're called to help people financially. Maybe you need to get a grip on your finances so that you can help other people conquer in their finances. What are you frustrated about? Are you frustrated with young people of today? Maybe it is that you're called to the young people of today. And many times when we're frustrated with something, we're more comfortable fussing about the thing we're frustrated with than we are with fixing it, because fixing it takes us out of our comfort zone. Let me say that again. Most times we're more comfortable with fussing about what we don't like instead of fixing it, because it's simple to fuss about it. It's easy to come up with a reason why we don't like something, but it's a little bit harder to come up with the solution to fixing the things that we're fussing about. The truth of the matter is we are the solution. You have on the inside of you what is needed to be the solution for the thing that's frustrating you. I need to say that again. You have on the inside of you what's needed to be the solution to what's frustrating you. And it is easy for us to talk about what we don't like. It's easy for us to bash something that we don't think is so well. It's easy for us to come up with all of these different scenarios that we don't enjoy or we don't understand. It's not so easy to pull out of you the answer for these things that you have been complaining about. But the truth of the matter is, the reason why it's hitting you the way it's hitting you, and the reason why it's bothering you the way it's bothering you, is because there's something on the inside that needs to be working on the outside. The old saints used to sing a song like that. They say, something on the inside, working on the outside, brought about a change in my life. Well, maybe you're supposed to bring about the change in a lot of people's life, but unfortunately, you spent too much time in the place of complaint. You spent too much time in the place of frustration. Remember, I said to you, frustration is like a wilderness, and wilderness is only meant to pass through. It was never meant for residency. And many people have made their lives or made their whole entire being a resident in a place called the wilderness, a wilderness that is a place full of complaint, a wilderness that thinks that everything is wrong with everybody else and nothing is wrong with us. Yes, that wilderness has caused us to be in a place of frustration, pain, and depression. But I want you to know today that you have the answer living on the inside of you, something on the inside, working on the outside, brought about a change in my life. So my why is found in my frustration, and that leads to my purpose. You want to know what your purpose is? It's pretty much what you're complaining about. If you did a show or you seen somebody do a show and you didn't like the show, the truth is you're probably supposed to be doing shows. You'd rather sit up and critique everybody else's show rather than getting up and doing your own. But the truth of the matter is, most of us feel comfortable talking about others. We feel comfortable saying things about other people's product. We feel comfortable critiquing everybody else. But the truth of the matter is, you have what's in you to do what needs to be done. Spend less time bashing what you hate and spend more time promoting what you love. Let me say that again. You want to come out of depression? Spend less time evaluating and talking about and bashing other things that you don't necessarily enjoy, and spend time promoting the things that you love. We're too busy focusing on negativity instead of standing in our purpose. My why is found in my frustration, which leads to my purpose, and my gifts accompany me. And my gifts accompany me. The truth of the matter is, there's plenty of gifts sitting on the inside of you that you have not yet discovered, that you have not yet uncovered, living on the inside of you. And what's going to make those things come to pass or make those gifts come up is when you start stirring them. When you start stirring them, stirring up the gift. And the way that we stir them is we get busy in our purpose. The truth of the matter is like, I don't have what it takes to da-da-da-da-da. The truth of the matter is, if it's frustrating you, you do have what it takes. You just need to get in the mix of it. And when you get in the mix of it, it will cause your gifts to come forth. You never know what you're made of until you get in the midst of a certain thing. Have you ever heard people say, I didn't know my own strength? I didn't know my own strength. I didn't know my own strength. I didn't know I could do it. I didn't know I could conquer it. You will never know until you start doing it. I remember when I first started getting online to do a ministry online. It was in 2019. Okay, when I heard the voice of the Lord tell me to change from a brick and mortar church to being online. And many people were angry with me. Many people were, frustrated with me. They wanted to fight. They were, they was upset because they wanted a church. But the Lord had already spoke to me and told me what it was going to be. This is pre-COVID. Wasn't even no COVID. But I heard the voice of the Lord as a prophet telling me. And I fought with myself. And I was frustrated. Okay. And I was saying, God, I don't know. And I remember one of my friends said to me, he said, hey, you need to just get on there and do it. Don't worry about who's agreeing or who's disagreeing. Just get on there and do it. And so that's what I started to do. And God began to build an audience. And then I didn't know that I was good at talking to a screen without seeing people talk back to me. I'm actually pretty good at it. Okay. And so here's the thing. Those gifts didn't really come alive until I actually put myself in action. Being in purpose makes you come out of your comfort zone. Being in purpose makes it hard for you to remain comfortable. Okay, I can go back here and sit on this couch. Okay, but if I'm going to do purpose, it's going to require me to get up off the couch. And many of us are so committed to the couch that we can't see past it. We're so committed to where we're having residence that we refuse to come out of the door and see that there's a whole nother world outside of your comfort zone. And so today, I want to promote that to you. Today, I want to say that to you. Today, I want to say pain is a professor. When it's done teaching you, it will leave you. Learn the lesson. I want to say to you that your why is found in your frustration. And that frustration leads to purpose. And that purpose, when you get in that purpose, your gifts will accompany you. I want to tell you that in order to be in purpose, you cannot stay in your comfort zone. Purpose requires you to come out of that space. Will you receive that today? I hope that you would. I hope that you will have a marvelous Wednesday. And I hope that all is well with you. I love you. Have an amazing day today is my prayer. Oh, if you want to sow with us today, you can. I'll put it on the screen for you. If you want to sow with us, you can. You can use PayPal. You can use Zelle. Okay? And you're more than welcome to sow with us. It goes to help us continue to further this entire internet ministry. All right. I love you so much. Have an amazing day. It's my prayer. In Jesus' name. Peace.